Good evening, everyone. Is my voice? Just let me know is my if my voice is audible. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Malarmadi. Good evening, Raj Mohammed. Good evening, Anita. Pia. Good evening. Good evening, Yashwati Raj. Sarket Kitana. Good evening. Vishal Excel Walks. Good evening. Nihalia. Good evening. Babita Prem. Alam Khan. Audible. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's start the session. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, good evening everyone. So let's start our session. Okay. So, okay, let's start. AI driven business, third day of our masterclass. Okay, So today, in the last 2 days, we seen for the business thing, what is lead data and what are all the things we can do with it, and all other how to start a business, what are all the decision we need to make, and all those things. So today's session, what we are gonna do is, so we are gonna see. Yesterday we seen all those tools, right? What are the different types of tools there? So we are gonna see, what are all the tools available for free, and what are all the tools that are available in a paid version, and how to create an account. Most of the people already know how to create an account and make use of it, and some other things. So let's set it up, and today we'll see how to separate roles based on the management, and how to give access to particular personals, like that. Okay, and people, just let me know, is my voice clear, and so that we can carry on. Okay, so today's topic is going to be user roles and login setup. So the first thing will be user roles, which is going to be separating the tasks based on the like production, or like those things. So as an example, I said, if I'm going to start a clothing brand, there will be different sectors. So I need to separate the work and separate the authority, and separate the permission based on the works. So what I'm going to do is present an ideology for basically starting a business and working on it. What are all the roles there, and how to classify them based on our needs, like that. And then we'll go to the login setup, which will be the tools and all other things. Okay, so let's get into it. So today's session goal is going to be understand how to structure access, as I said earlier. So we're going to understand how to separate the work, and how to separate the access based on their needs. Okay, like that. So that's the goal of our today's session. Understand how to structure access and permissions for different team members in your lead management. Okay, lead management system. So in our LMS, so we're going to separate all our tasks, and separate based on the personals. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to list here. Data stays organized. So this is what we are going to see using the example. So all the data we gathered as leads, so we're going to make the data organized. Okay, not to have any dropouts, or have any mixed data, like that. And the next thing, no one edits what they shouldn't. Okay, so though these are all on the permission issues, right? So if anyone can edit the data, there will be problems regarding that. So we'll see what are all the things we can do about it. And the third thing will be to leads gets handled by the right people. So as I said earlier, so we separate based on the, if a salesperson is a single salesperson, a salesperson is working on some product, the leads based on that product will be assigned to him. Okay, like that, A, B, C, different personals will be assigned different leads. Okay, that's the thing. And the progress is trackable by role. Okay, so we separated the process to personals, and we can make track of it. So these are all the things we are going to see in an expandable manner. So let's get into it. Good evening, doctor. Okay. So why roles and permissions matter? So we're gonna see why we want to separate those roles, and assign permissions to some personals only. Why not make it an open source, like that? So we're gonna see why roles and permissions matter. So the thing is, let's see. So without role based access, problems arise. So what are all the problems? Let's see. So if I don't assign role based on a personal, when I need to check something, I can't get to that problem in a fast manner. Okay, so if I know some personal is working on that product only, I can easily fetch the data, and I can easily gather the problem. Okay, so that's the benefit of role based access. Okay, So let's see the points. The first is going to be the data chaos. So if I let if I don't separate roles, and if I let anybody can edit and anybody can make use of it, there will be chaos in the data. Okay, so that's the first point. Anyone can edit, delete any leads. Okay, so there will be lots of leads came, but if anyone mistakenly deleted the leads too, it will be the loss of the it will be the loss of our business. Okay, so that's the first point, data chaos. And the next thing gonna be the duplicate work. Okay, so if I don't process and separate the data, there will be duplicate data, and there will be layer data among them, which will be in an which will consume our time and consume our resources. Okay, that will problem come from the duplicate work. Okay, so duplicate data will get to duplicate one, and it will lose our resources and time. Okay, so that's the second thing, two people contacting the same lead. Okay, so so in some cases when I contacted a lead, a high level lead, and again the same lead is getting contacted by my salesperson, so there will be a negative impression. Okay, just now he talked to me about the products and about the services, and if I call him again, there will be problem in that place, right? So there will be a negative personalization in that place, so we need to avoid that. So there will be that's why we need to access in role based. Okay, and the third thing will be security risk. Okay, so security risk is the basic way. So if we let it in an open manner, anyone can access it and anyone can make problem within it. So unnecessary access to sensitive info. Okay, so if they have all those info about our leads, it will causes the loss, right, and causes the tension. So that's the third thing. And the last thing is going to be the no accountability. Okay, hard to know who did what. So as I said earlier, if I separate the work based on individuals, I can access the individual who is working on that particular sector. But if I don't separate the work, and if I just openly made them to work on all the things, so I can't blame, or I can't fetch a particular person for a problematic thing or a responsible thing. So I can't gather them. So if I can't ask them, you are doing the work, so what happened, like that. So I can't ask them about a particular problem or particular cases, like that. So that's why the separating the work based on roles will be a good thing. Okay, so those are all the things I mentioned here. So why roles and responsibilities are needed. Okay, and the common roles in lead ops. Okay, so in our lead operation, what are all the common roles available? Okay, so for a startup, from when I am starting a business, and when anyone starting a business, there are particularly base level common roles there. Okay, there has to be these roles, and some personals has to maintain these roles. Okay, so let's just see what are all the roles here, and how to assign permissions to those particular persons. Okay, so I listed out all those good evening Rohit, good evening Ayappa. Okay, so I just listed out all those basic roles in the left side, and all those other what permission or what access we can give to them regarding the sources, regarding the leads, all those things, and some examples regarding that. Okay, so first thing, admin. Okay, we are also an admin. If I am starting a business, I am also an admin, and it could be anyone I've assigned as as my substitute, or as my anyone down me, or anyone working under me. Okay, it can be anyone, but let's just say I'm started a business, and the admin gonna be me. Okay, so who are managing the whole part. Okay, so the admin, as I said earlier, me, so I will get full access. Okay, as a in a normal manner, or basically I will get full access. Okay, and the example will be to manage logins, edit data, integrate tools. The background work, or the all around work will be done by the admin. Okay, it can be me, the owner, or it can be someone I assigned. Okay, so the next thing will be the sales. Okay, sales, our the most important thing in the business field. So sales, our sale of our product or our service. So that personnel will get access. So what are all the permissions we are giving him? View and edit assigned leads only. Okay, so if there are one or more, two or more, leads, two or more sales personals, so regarding that I'll separate the, let's just get an example of there are 3 salespersons, and I'll assign, the task, or assigns the role based on their sector. Okay, and well, if let's take the example of my clothing brand, and based on the 3 personals I'm gonna separate. One will handle the men's dress, and the another one will handle the girls dress, and the other last one will handle the kids dress. So based on that I'll separate them and send the leads regarding those sectors. Okay, so that's the example, and that's the permission we need to assign for the sales personnel. Okay, call leads, update status, add notes, all those also an example. Okay, so call leads, which will be to call the call our customers directly, and update status, so regarding the update the status in the lead data of our customer and consumer, they also need the access to that. And add notes, so if a customer or consumer or in need of particular element or particular extra need, they also need the permission to enter it. Okay, so that's the thing. And the third role will be of the marketing. Okay, so marketing, the core of our business, so where they need the access of view and elite all leads. Okay, so they, same as the sales personals, they also get the access to view and edit all leads and manage campaigns. Okay, so when it comes to sales, they don't come into the campaigns, but the marketing team will come into the campaigns and events and all those things, where they need to reach our brand in a long way, so that they need the access to do all those things. Okay, same as particularly mostly same as the the permission is same as the sales. The extra things will be based on the campaigns, events, and all those marketing things, or online and offline marketing things, as we as we seen in the before classes. So those are all the things, the access we need to give to the marketing team. As an example, to create ads, send emails, and segment leads. The creating ads will be in online and offline too, and the email send will be in the online only. Okay, and we can even post them to their central address. We can also do that. So segment leads, which will be done by the marketing team. Okay, so these are all the permission we need to give to the marketing team. And the last two, let's just see. So the data entry intern. Okay, so data entry team or the intern, so who will work in the gathered leads and the process done behind it. Okay, so the permission we need to give them will be simple as add new leads and limited edit. Okay, so they don't need to give an access to the full work thing or workspace, so they just need the permission related to the work. Okay, so they can example input data from forms and import CSV. Okay, so all those background works. And the last thing, viewer and manager, so who is taking care and overviewing all those works. So he'll give access to the read only dashboard, so he can see what are all the works going on. And so his example task will be to monitor progress and export reports. Okay, so gather the reports and report it to me regarding the work and the flow of the all those things. Okay, so these are all the roles, and these are all the permission we need to assign to the personals. Okay, it can be 2 or more or many. Okay, so let's go to the next topic. So we'll see we've seen what are the roles there and what are all the permission we need to assign them. And next we're gonna see is role setup in different platforms. Okay, so we've seen as a base there are these roles. So what if when it comes to other platforms, what are all the things we need to make use of? Good evening, Professor. Salikit, I'll send the attendance link soon. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Wilson Paul. Okay. So these are all the role setups in the different platforms. Okay. So here. So as an example, so we'll take the Google Sheet and add table. So Google Sheet, that's as we seen earlier in the day 2 and day 1 day 2 class, there are three types of processes in the business, and in that format only I separated the roles of the applications or the platforms. So the first gonna be the spreadsheet format applications, which is gonna be as an example Google Sheet and add table. So Google Sheet, where we can use that application to in that application we can what are all the permissions there. Okay, there is a share permission. In that share permission there is someone can view viewer and the commentator. The viewer will be the person who can only view the Google Sheet, and the commentator who can only comment the any add-ons to that sheets, and the editor who has access to edit those data. Okay, so that's the example of, that's the use, that's the permissions available in the Google Sheets. And our table, same as there will be workspace and there will be the base, and the permissions will be the creator who can create all those things, and editor who can change all those things, and the commentator as the same as the Google Sheet who can comment, and the read only who can just see the workflow or workspace, who will be the manager. Okay, so those things. So these are all the two things of the the spreadsheet type as we separated earlier. So the example add table setup, so I have given here. So admin, so create an admin. Good evening Shiva Maheshwaran sir. So good evening. Yeah, it is possible to get the PPTs in the internship. The PPTs will be available. Okay, so the admin, as I said, the example as I said earlier, I am the admin and I can have the full access, the creator access, and the sales personnel who is the second role in the previous preview, present, and they will have the editor with filtered view for the leads only. Okay, so they will have access to edit data based on the leads. Okay, so as the example, we have three personals, right, in the sales. So the air personal who is taking care of the men's dress and wears, they will have the they will have the access to those data, those leads, and the other personals will have access to the other roles and other fields. Okay, and the third thing, which will be the marketing editor with campaign related fields. Okay, so he will have, or he or she will have the access to the campaign related data. Okay, and the viewer who can only read only dashboard, he will be the manager and he can be anyone else. Okay, so these are all the things regarding the spreadsheet thing. So the next thing, as we seen earlier, there will be spreadsheet and the CRMs and the automation. So in the CRM stage, we have taken the HubSpot application, the CRM application, customer relationship management application. We seen in the yesterday class how those HubSpot and how those automation works. So in those applications too, that means get full access to the CRMs and the settings, so you can make use of who are all getting registered, all those things. And standard sales user, so the sales user only their assigned leads, so he will get assigned access to input and output of all those things in the standard sales user. So he will get access to those particular leads in the CRM also, so he can maintain the relationship with the users, okay, or consumer, or the service consumer. Okay, so the last thing, the marketing user is our he will get access to email campaign ads and all leads. Okay, so you'll get access based on their work roles. Okay, so here the manager will not get access to anything. Okay, so he can represent or request the access to all those things too, but the hotshot CRM will also work based on it. And the Notion, each page or database can be shared with specific permissions. Okay, Notion, which will be the same as the CRM, which where unlike HubSpot, you can separately send and share specific elements of the application. Okay, so each page or database can be shared with specific permission. So there can be admin can have the full access and can edit and can comment view only. So we can change the settings based on our need and send it to the personals. Okay, so that's how the Notion also works. So it's same CRM. So the next thing what we are gonna say is assigning leads automatically by role. So as we spoke in the first and second day, so we are gonna create an automation like that. So the lead, when the lead is generated, it has to automatically represented in the saved and make use of it in the CRM. So let's see how the automation works. Okay, so let's see first how the leads are getting assigned by role. So we said 3 roles by my example, right? The men's section, the men's sector sales personnel, and the women's sector sales personnel, and the kids sector sales personnel who's gonna work with the leads. Let's see how the data will get automatically assigned. In that space, we are going to use the Zapier and Airtable application. As I have shown you the Zapier application, which we are gonna also use. So why we are doing it? Simple, to save time and ensure fairness and faster follow up. So we can easily separate the data based on their interest, and the workflow will also get time impact. Okay, so how in Zapier and Airtable, Zapier example I have already shown. Okay, so create a job role field in your lead sheet. So in our sheet we will create a job role field, that will be our key automation. Okay, using that only we are gonna assign the the roles. Okay, so create a job role field in your lead sheet and set the automation rule. So this is the programming level. So here we will set a condition: if job role that in that particular column equal to sales intern, the assign the sales team one. Okay, so here what happens is, if the data has the sales intern name in the job role column, that personal's lead will get assigned to the sales team one. Okay, and marketing analyst, the lead will getting separated and assigned to the marketing team too. So if in the example of mine, the clothing brand, so if the first person is interested in men's clothing, his lead will be assigned to the first person, the first salesperson. And if the second person is interested in the women's dress, and the second person's lead will be assigned to the second salesperson. Okay, so that's how it will work. Thank you, Bharat Singh sir, Dr. Bharat Singh sir. Thank you very much. Okay, so thank you. So example, here I given an example where we already seen the Zapier, right? So trigger, we will create a Google sheet which will be our database and attendance. So in that place, okay, so we'll use that sheet as an database which will gather the all those datas, and action find job role. Okay, in that place, in the second thing what we'll do is, in those data he'll get to the job role sector, and it will update the assign to field, okay, based on role. So it will see what is his job role, and it will get assigned to the a particular sector. Okay, and after assigning it to the sector, good evening Balaji, okay, assigning it to the sector, send a Slack email a notification to assigned person. Okay, so we can use the email, or we can use the Google sheet to send us the notification. Okay, we can directly send the notification to our whatever device we need. Or as an example, last time we used the Gmail for our notification purpose. So this is where I'm going to showcase you the notification workflows. Okay, how those workflows are working. So scenario, if a salesperson, okay, should know instantly when they get a new lead. So my workers has to get a informed that there's a new leads gathered, new lead has been generated. So the only the notification is getting used. So instantly the notification will be sent to the can be sent to the mail ID as we seen as an example, or it can be sent to directly to messages or directly to any other applications. Okay, so here as an option we use the Zapier to create the new lead and send it using the mail, Slack. It can be a Slack or WhatsApp manage, direct WhatsApp manage, it can be anything. And HubSpot, which will be the using the CRM. It is the CRM application where lead assignment rules. Okay, so the data, as the example, if the job role of that lead is sales personnel, that will be assigned to the sales personnel folder or sales personnel data sheet. Okay, so that's where the lead assignment rules comes from. And the email notification that the CRM has also gathered the data. Okay, and the Airtable, which will have the automation of the workflow. When record matches condition, the thing happens where if the data has been gathered in the sales personnel's data sheet, it will send the message to our automated application which we selected, and it will get directed. Okay, so that's the Airtable's space of notification. Okay, so let's see, the next thing will be the best practices for multi-role system. Okay, so what are the things we can do for the best practice? So let's see. Okay, so best practice for the multi roles. If you have the basic roles are going to be the sales personnel, marketing personnel, manager, or the all those admin. These are all the basics. So when it comes to the advanced, let's see if there is multiple roles. So what we can do? Okay, so use filtered views. Okay, so if there are personal, so as an example, I have the I had men's clothing, women's clothing, and kids clothing. So if it is getting more separable, and there are more options and more roles are there to be separated, so that's when the filters will be accessible. Okay, use filtered views. Okay, don't give everyone raw data. Okay, so when we use the Amazon application or Flipkart application, we will have the filter to separate the data or separate our product based on it, right? So like that we use the filtered views. So in these data manner, so lock important fields. Okay, so lead ID, example lead ID, so that field will be locked. So if someone try to change the ID of a particular person, it will create a major problem. So that's why we'll lock the important fields. Good evening, Ritson. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Okay, nice presentation. Thank you. Okay, and log changes. Okay, that's why log changes will be using the Google Sheet. Will version history will be gathered. Okay, so when the sheets data has been gathered and when the data has been updated, all those things. Okay, and Airtable's revision history. Okay, so Airtable has that option where we can see when we have created new workflow or new thing, we can see that. So we have to make use of those logs. So when are all the things we have made changes in those particular applications. Okay, and train each role. So in the third point, if we we can even detect the we can even detect the problem in the if we have the logs of the particular changes. So train each role in 1 or 2 or onboarding session. We will train each personnel or each personnel based on their role. Okay, and review assignments weekly. So in the weekly basis review, so leads to get so that we can see so who are all the personal or who are all the consumer gathered and what are all the needs for them. Okay, so leads don't get stuck. Okay, so their needs will be clarified in a manner. Okay, and in that way we are going to use the Google Sheet and add table. And the last thing, so here I've given a practical task for you all so that you can try it out. Okay, and that's gonna be create a table, map your roles, make a table. So gather some normal team members. So assign a role. So what do you think the roles are in the business field? List out all those roles and what are all the access we can assign, give to them, the access of the level. Okay, and assigned job roles. So what are all the sectors? As an example, I said men's clothes, women's clothes, kids clothes, like that. You can take in business and assign those roles based on them. Okay, so those are all the things. Use the platform. Okay, use the Google Sheet, add table, try to make use of it. And you start a small team if you are starting small small work which is gonna be we'll use the Google Sheet or Airtable which we can use. And if scaling in a medium level, we'll use the HubSpot, CRM and Zapier. And if you want all in it, it's gonna be big work, we're gonna use the Airtable plus interfaces plus automation. So we're gonna create a flow so that it all those things can happen. Okay, so these are all the things. So in the day or three, the summary. So what are the things we seen? So we know the difference between admin, sales and marketing and the viewer role. So who are all get what are all the permissions and what are all their accesses, and set up permissions in your chosen platform. So if you are using some platform, let nobody get egged. So the data will be particularly separated and the permission will be based on their roles. Okay, so understand how to auto assign leads based on job role. Okay, so that's the keyword we use. So regarding the job role, the data will be separated to particular sales personals or marketing personals, like that. Okay, and lastly, have a basic notification system in mind. So if a lead is getting generated or a process is done or something, if anything happens, there has to be a notification. Okay, so these are all the things. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. So if you have any doubts, just ask me. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Deepak Aikot sir. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you. So try to create your own the job role thing as we seen, and all those who all can have the permissions, all those things. Try to create your own and try to create the automation using the Zapier. Try to create it. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Prem. I've shown the how the Zapier and the HubSpot works, and okay, I'll show you how those how to log in those things and how to make use of it. The task is simple. Just in your choose your business field in any sector, and try to create what are all the roles there will be, like as I said earlier, there will be sales personals, there will be marketing personals, there will be admin, and there will be marketing managing personal. So try to do those in your sector, in your selected sector, and all those things. Okay. Let me just show you an example of the Zapier. So just go to this is the application, Zapier application, automating application. So you can just go, and using the Google also we can log in. So I've used the Google account to log in. You can also use the account, or you can use the any other phone number or any other Microsoft account. You can either use any account, use those account to log in, and we can just start the work. Okay. And in the HubSpot the process is some technical, and let's see. So same method. Okay, and we just have to give more information in the HubSpot, but in the Zapier we can directly log in without any problem. Okay. Thank you. This is the example table. Thank you, Nagale. Thank you everyone. Thank you.